at LSU and what these guys are going to bring to the Dome on Tuesday night. All right, so a couple things here. You got Will Baker with the ball. He's the toughest player. Well, so Will Baker right here, okay. Number 9, he's the best player probably on the team. Him and Reed are pretty good, but Baker, everything kind of runs through him. 7 foot, skilled lefty, can shoot it a little bit as well. They run a lot of ball screens and handoffs with him. And here you see a great take by Wright. He's also one of their top guys, Jordan Wright. There's Mike Williams III. He's very shifty with the ball. He's tough to get. And then, again, some more Reed. You can see some things that might alarm you if you're a Syracuse fan, right? Second chances, rebounds, backing down. You know, that's a tough matchup for anybody on the Syracuse roster. Let's take a look again here. Here's Williams again. Syracuse pick and roll defense will have to be better. Here's Williams. Whoop, splits that thing. He's a highly touted freshman. He's tough. More pick and roll, right? You got Reed and Baker running it. So some big guys, 6'6" and 7 foot, running pick and roll. But again, as you can see, Baker is very tough. He's very good at backing down. He can finish with both hands. So he's going to be a handful. More ball screen action. Right, here's Wright. Nice little step back 3. He can shoot it a little bit too. Decent 3-point shooting team. Williams gambles this, but there you go. Some more Jordan Reed playing defense. Throws it ahead. They get Baker early in the post, and he's just going to go to work. Nice little rip through. Loves this spin move. It's very good. He had a great first half of this game. So Wake went some zone here. So LSU, a little shaky at times. They ran some decent stuff. This is a really nice little set they ran. Just overload and swing. And you got 3 in the corner. Boom. That's Stewart. He can shoot it a little bit. More Will Baker. He kind of runs some point. He's like a point center at times for them, and that's what he does. So if he gets a mismatch on switches, that's exactly what he'll do. More ball screen, a pull-up. You can see here they're going to crash the boards. And this is kind of how they play, right? They're just kind of that possession right there alone should scare you if you're a Syracuse fan, right? So you'll see here, shot goes up. This guy's going to crash. This guy's going to crash. Baker's going to crash. Well, he's going to hang out, actually. He's back for balance now, but they go get the rebound. And this is how LSU plays, too. They're just kind of let it fly. Another rebound miss. Wake Forest just standing there. Let's watch this one more time in live speed. Sorry. But yeah, they don't take great shots all the time. They kind of force things up a little bit. It's just kind of whoever's open is shoots. They do run some nice sets, but they don't really. It's not super structured. He lets their guys play, and they have guys that can play. So Baker again just backs you down. That's just. There's nothing you can do about that. That's a tough shot. So they're almost turning it over here. Going to Reed on the bounce. Again, like they just got guys who can really get to the paint and guys who can score. Right, nice little block there by Baker. They didn't run too much. They didn't get a lot in transition. A lot more secondary stuff. As you can see here, a late find. And I'm not sure how that's a charge, but whatever. That's what they kind of do offensively. More Zono. Attacking the short corner is a nice little set. And again, Baker is just, if you let him catch down there, he is a load. He's a load. All right, so they go 4 low here against the zone, kind of really stretch it out. Nice little screen to get rid of the middle guy, and there's nobody else there. He's trying to get through. Now it's done. Now you're cooked. If it's that low, you're cooked. So Wake battles back. They ran this nice little flex set everybody runs, but they're just playing hoops, right? Fountain with the finish, Ward with the pitch. Same type of play, a little bit different though, but they run a rip screen for Baker. Now, they won't get the same type of thing because again, Syracuse will be playing zone, but if you don't think a team that does stuff like this has some zone plays in their pocket for Syracuse, then you are mistaken. As you can see, they reverse it. And I love this. This is a great set. I'd love to see Syracuse run things like this for guys like Benny, but whatever. he just stays with it. Baker does a great job of just staying with it and not giving up on the play. Very impressed by him. Some more zone-o. Nice ball screen action. Just a lot of good movement. Like they seem fairly well coached. They're a little sporadic at times. They get a little bit crazy, but they seem pretty well coached. They know what they're doing, right? You'll see this set here, right? They're going to screen the top guy. So you got some options here, right? And this is good stuff because now you got player dribbling down here to attack. You're going to have a guy in the corner. You're going to have a guy sealing. And this guy is left in a tough spot. Who does he guard? As you can see here, he chooses to take this guy. Baker seals really well. He's physical as hell. And Zero gets a bucket. Here they are in transition. And again, they find Baker in transition, and boom, right? That shows the example of what he can do. He doesn't shoot a ton of threes, but he's been a decent three-point shooter. He shoots, I think, over 80% from the line, too. So he'll spot up, though. Bang. This was a fun game also, by the way. Some more ball screen action. And again, like they're not afraid. That's right. They're not afraid to let it fly. All right. They're not. If you're not going to defend this correctly, and Syracuse loves to drop, right? Like if this is, I don't know what Wake Forest is doing here, but if they don't come out and contest, like they're going to give shots. And you can see how LSU crashes the glass. Watch them crash the glass in this play. And they're going in. Those backside guys are going in. Syracuse will have to do a great job of checking. They got 4 guys going to the glass right there. Here's Williams with the bounce. Nice little take. He's a very good finisher. If you don't keep him in front, right? If Syracuse wants to reach on him, he'll make them pay. Didn't have a ton. He didn't go wild, but I mean he had some nice little drives for sure. He's tough when he gets to the rim. More 2-3 from Wake, who now have the lead in overtime. Running this baseline runner set again. Same set as earlier. This time you'll see here, Wake Forest decides not to decide to contain the dribbler. Or this guy's way too, goodness gracious, this is bad. You can tell these guys don't play this very often. It just leaves a wide open. That is slow moving by Wake's D. But it's a 3. So we got 1-4 high set here. See what they kind of run here. They're trying to get to Baker. Baker playing point center, point forward a little bit for them. He's very mobile, which makes the matchup tough. If it's not Benny or Malik, I just don't know where Naheem kind of guards in this. We're in handoff action. 15 gets into the paint. That's Ward. He also has Tyrell Ward. He can shoot a little bit too. Gets to the paint. Handoff, and again, like he's just such a big body that, they do a good job with spacing here. Got 2 shooters here in the corner. It's just a good finish. They go kind of like, I don't know what the set even would be called, but they get it entered here. They're trying to go into Baker. Great job reading that double. And then you got Reed with a nice little finish, right? So this is a nice little play too for them. If you double Baker, he makes it hard. Like if you play him one-on-one, he's going to punk you. If you double up on him, he's also going to be very tough, and he can find players. And if you sag off him, he can shoot it. So he's tough, man. He's a good player. He's going to have a good year. He is having a good year, and that kind of seals the deal for LSU. So as you can see, LSU pretty athletic. All right, they're pretty athletic. They got a bunch of guys who can score in different ways. I'll just let this play while I talk. A lot of guys who can get to the rim. They play a lot of guys. I think 8 or 9 guys averaging 20 minutes. So they haven't played anybody elite. They got some tough losses. They blew a game to Dayton they should have won. They beat North Texas, who was really good in CUSA last year. They won this Wake Forest game in overtime. Although I think Wake was missing some guys, so I think Wake is probably better than them most of the time. But they outplayed Wake in this one. And again, guys who can get to the cup, a couple guys will shoot it. They'll shoot it off the bounce. They'll shoot it from off screens. And it gets a little chaotic at times, but the coach just kind of lets them ride, and I guess he trusts them to do so. So it'll be a challenge for Syracuse to keep guys in front. I don't love the matchup just for a couple of reasons. One, LSU's kind of good at the things that Syracuse has struggled with. LSU, besides taking care of the ball, they rebound fairly well. They got a lot of size. They got definitely power 5, power 6 size. They have some shooters, but really the biggest thing also is that they got guys who can get to the basket, and they got Will Baker. Like, Baker is the biggest alarm for me. He's like a Keegan Records who can actually go and score on his own, which, that's not super ideal. So, and there you go, another example of how they rebound and get offensive rebounds. They are very relentless in their pursuit on the glass, which could be an absolute freaking nightmare for Syracuse if they don't do things the way they need to. So there you go. There's a quick look at LSU. It'll be on a thread and Twitter as well. But there's a look at what they do, how they play a little bit. And keep in mind, it's all their good things mainly, right? They do some bad things as well. But this is kind of LSU, and they're doing things well, so you have an idea of what to expect on Tuesday. We'll see you then. Keep the faith.